do it here. So ultimately, when I come for here, today's session, we are going to discuss only these topics. What are all the basic fundamentals which has been taken from the net only, not from any other thing, from the book I have taken. And I'm going to explain the concepts of all the basic concepts from introductions to internalization. So this is the ultimate concept, right? When I come for here, first I'll take a notepad so that it is easy for me to communicate with you, right? First of all, you should understand the programming concepts, especially programming are of different type. One, it is called as a procedure oriented programming. Another one, it is called as a structural oriented programming. Another one, it is called as a object oriented programming. Up to this, we are very clear. You know that when I say that, we can ask that we are learning a procedure oriented or structure oriented programming or object oriented programming. And there is a one programming, it is called as a modular programming, which you are not practiced in the colleges, because the colleges main subject is mainly focusing on procedure and structural and object oriented. In object oriented only, we are learning about Java or any other thing, even Python also we can learn it. And what are all the languages we need, we can able to learn it. And when I come for structural oriented, suppose I'm saying that now I'm going to write here, it is of, I'm going to write here, it is of void main, and I'm going to write it is of declaration integer a comma b comma c, and I'm going to write a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. Just I'm going to write here, I'm writing here b is equal to 20, and I'm writing c is equal to a plus b, and I'm going to print of c. This is the basic common program for every computer science students know that one. So we cannot say this is a very tough program. Now, if I ask this question, what type of programming it is? Can you able to chat, please? Please, all the participants, I need to chat with me so that it is easy to, whether you can able to understand or not. Can you able to chat what type of, is it possible for everyone to chat? Is it possible for everyone to chat? Yes. Can you able to chat, anyone? Is it possible?
No, sir. They changed the privacy settings. We can able to chat with the host alone.
Okay, ma. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, I'll
Yes,
say
sir.
that. See that when I say like this, then can you able to give the answer whether it is a what type of programming? Yeah, I think started now. We can chat now. I think so. Is it possible to chat? No, what? Yeah, it is a C programming. Now I'm asking among the category, only one person can able to chat. Remaining persons are not able to chat. Okay, anyway, when I come for here, it is a structural programming. Next one is of object oriented programming, and last one it's of modular programming. But when we say that it is a C programming, of course, it is a structure oriented programming or procedure oriented programming. This concept it is called as a procedure oriented programming, where we are not created any structure. The same program I can able to create a struct, and I can write whatever the name you want, I can write here, and I'm going to create a structure, and then I'm going to implement the programming, then it is called as a structure programming. The same thing, I'm going to create a class, and I'm going to create a class name which of new, and I'm going to create an object for this class. So I'm going to write here, it is of obj, then it is called as an object oriented programming. Then where the modular programming we have learned, whether we have learned in our syllabus the modular programming? No, we are not learned the syllabus. We are learning only the three concepts. One, it is of procedural, next one is of structural, next one is of object oriented programming. But the entire corporate world is mostly moving on towards the one type of programming, it is called as a modular programming. What do you mean by modular programming? We will come later. So I think you know that what are the three types of programming: structural, procedural, and object oriented. And we must know what is called as a modular programming, how the module of programming we are going to write it. So this is the first concepts we have to discuss. And second thing, and when I come for here, there is a different types of languages is there. One, it is called as a language, and another one it is called as a, I can say it is called as a scripting language, right? So when I say, what is the difference between language and scripting language? Anyone can spell? Is there any difference between language and scripting language? Anyone can? Please, there must be some interaction. Is that possible for anyone to say the answer? What is meant by language or scripting language? Any idea, please?
Like interaction between for user.
Yeah. Which one is the interaction between the users, sir?
A scripting language, like
Scripting language is interactions between the user. Then what about the language?
for display.
Yeah. See, of course, when I say a language will have a certain structure for writing the program. I want to write the program like this only. Whenever we are learning a C languages or Java languages or C# .NET or anything, we have to frame the structure. In that structure only I can write it. For example, if it comes Java, I have to write a Java class name and I have to write here it is of public static void main. I have to write like this and then only I can able to write my own program. Whatever the program is there, I have to write only within this places and I have to complete the entire concepts of any application. And this type, it is called as a language. Whereas when I say for scripting language, I can write only what part I needed, that part alone I can write it. But very important, when I say scripting language, two things is there. One, it is called as verification and another one, it is called as a validation. So these are the two important concepts you should be remember whenever we are using to say it is a scripting language. And when I come for scripting language, there are two types of scripting languages there. One, it is called client-side scripting language, and another one, it is called server-side scripting language. This is the oldest method. So to avoid this only, we are coming for the AngularJS. So what is client-side scripting language? I'm having a form. I'm going to design a form and I'm going to give the mobile number 9 numbers. Then automatically the browser itself, it will check whether the mobile number is 10 number or 9 number. If it is 10 number, it will allow. If it is 9 number, it will give a warning to the user that please enter the 10 number. So this is type of validation. It is called as a client-side scripting. And this client-side scripting or various things is there. One, it is called as VB script. And next one, it is called as JavaScript, right? And lot of things are there. I'm telling according to my knowledge. There is lot of things there according to my thing. I'm saying that. The next one is called as JScript. Like this, lot of scripting languages is available in the client side. Whereas when I come for server-side scripting, when I go for server side, now the same verification and validation is going to be done on the server. When like that way, we can say that Python is also can be used in the server-side scripting. I can use JSP can be used, PHP can be used, and JSP can be used here. So these are all the languages which are very familiar for server-side scripting. And these are all the languages which is very familiar for client-side scripting. And this is called as a scripting languages. So when I say scripting languages, it is coming under verification and validation. So this is the ultimate concepts of scripting languages. So first one, we have discussed about what type of programming. Second one, we are discussing about scripting languages. Okay. Now when I go for here, consider that I'm coming here, it is about server-side scripting. It can be either I have done the program in JSP, PHP or JSP or ASP or Python. Anything I can do it. Anything I can do the application. Now what happened? Consider that I am designing the form, HTML form. Very important. When you come for an AngularJS webinar, if you are if you do not know to design the form or table or a basic HTML tag, it is somewhat difficult to understand the AngularJS concepts. So that is what I am coming here. So when I say that, see, consider that there is a one thing I'm going to design a form. It consists of username and password. Consider that I'm not designing, I'm just saying that it consists of username and password. So this is a one stage. Consider that this is stage one. This is stage one. And when I come for stage two, I'm going to write a code to get the username and password, name and password from stage one. So from stage one, I'm going to get the username and password, and I'm going to get the same username. I'm going to get the username and password from the database. Consider that this is from the database. So this is from the database, and I'm going to check whether both are same or not. Consider that username and password from stage one. From the form where I've designed, I'm going to get the username and password. And similarly, I'm going to already store the database. From that, I'm going to get the username and password, and I'm going to authenticate whether they are right user or not. If it is right user, it is going to that X pages. If it is wrong user, it has to go to the Y pages. This is stage two. Whereas stage three, it is called as database, where we have stored all the data in the database. So this is the concept of normal scripting programming, which I'm talking about server-side scripting. You can write it in Python, you can write it in JSP, you can write it in PHP, you can write it in JSP. Each one has their own functionalities. I cannot able to say that which one is very effective and which one is very less effective. No, each languages has their own features and facilities. So when I come for stage 1, we are going to design the username and password. It is a form, and this stage 1, it is called as a presentation layer. This one, it is called as a presentation layer. And when I come for this one, it is called as a business layer. Stage 2, it is called as a business layer, and stage 3, it is called as a database layer. So this type, it is called as, we are saying that this is considered as a 3-tier architecture. It is called as a 3-tier architecture. So remember that it is 3-tier architecture. First one is of presentation layer. Second one is of business layer or intermediate layer. You can keep your name, whatever you want. And third one, it is called as a database layer. So nearly consider that I'm going to create a one file. Let it be, I'm doing the program in PHP. So first one, I'm going to write here, it is of, for stage 1, I'm going to write here, it is of home.php file. And for business layer, I'm going to create one file, let it be of login.php file. And database, I'm going to create a one file. So totally, I need 3 files to execute a simple concepts. How many files I needed? 3 files. So from the form, the database has to pass it to the business layer. From the business layer, the data has to pass it to the database layer, and similarly vice versa. So this is what a 3-tier architecture. Normally, whenever we come for scripting languages, we can focus on mainly focusing on 3-tier architectures. You can go whatever, any travel bus applications or any applications you go, it will always be 3-tier architectures. So presentation layer, which you are seeing the screen, it is called as a presentation layer. Which you are seeing in the database, it is called as a database layer. And the intermediate part, which get the username and password and authenticate, and it will go to the appropriate pages, that is called as a 3 layers we are having here. So this is what about server side scripting. Remember that it is why I'm coming means we come to the next topic. That's what I'm coming here. First, you must understand why we are learning this concept before we are starting any language learning that. So this is 3-tier architecture. So one is presentation, second one is business, and third one is of database layer. Of course, the same 3-tier architecture can be defined as MVC architecture. Same 3-tier architecture can be going to redefine, and it is of, so we are going to redefine and we are making it is called as a MVC architecture. What is M stands for? M stands for model, and V stands for view, and C stands for controller. It is ulta. It is entirely different concepts. So initially you find it difficult to understand this MVC pattern because we are always in the structured programming or procedure oriented programming or object oriented programming. We are not familiar with MVC concepts most frequently. Now only we have started learning with all the MVC concepts. And openly I'm saying that this is not for the corporate person, those who are being sitting and watching. It is only for the person who is to understand the basic concepts of MVC. So now, what is model? Whatever we are designing in stage 3, that is called as model. What data we are going to represent, how this data we are going to use it, and this is called the stage 3, it is called as model. Whereas the stage 2, which is called as controller, which is used to control the front end and the back end. We can say like that also. In other words, I can say that the presentation layer and the background layer can be controlled with the one keyword. It is called as a controller. Then what about here? The presentation layer will be coming here. It is called as a view layer. So remember that whatever we are present in the screen, now you are looking at me in the camera, then it is called as a view. And how it is going to be controlled? There is a one controller is going to control all the participants here. And the chat messages is not now ready to chat with everyone because the controller has controlled it, right? Similarly, all the data which has been stored in the database, it is called as a model. So this concept, it is called as MVC. So it is of model, view, controller, architecture. So remember that from the first I'm coming here. So first we have to discuss about what is called as a modular programming. The modular programming is mainly focused on MVC pattern. We are saying that it is an MVC pattern, that is of model, view, controller pattern. And we are not writing any languages. We are writing a scripting languages, and scripting languages is mainly meant for verification and validation. And we are mainly focusing on server-side scripting, right? And whereas we are not going to use this Python or ASP or JSP or PHP. We are going to use a 3-tier architecture, or in terms, I can say that model view control architecture, which is called as MVC architecture. So this is what about the concepts you are being used here. So whatever the presentation layer is there, it is going to be here. And next one we are coming here, it is about controller, and last one it is of model. I hope you can understand the basic concepts of MVC pattern. Is it right? Yes or no? Please, can you able to anyone give a voice message or chat message, please? Is it possible for anyone to give the messages? Can you able to understand? Yes. Yes, please. Anyone can reply? Yeah, thank you. I think now everyone can chat. I think so, right? Anyway, right. Thank you. So this is what about the modular programming. So when I come for modular programming, so we are mainly focusing on MVC pattern, and we are using a scripting languages. So scripting languages, it is called as an AngularJS. So now we are going with AngularJS. Now you can ask that, sir, why AngularJS is very familiar? Why now we want to learn AngularJS? What is the additional functionalities is having in AngularJS? Of course, we are having a server-side scripting language. We are having a Python. We are having ASP. We are having a JSP. And why this AngularJS is very comfortable in writing the coding? The very important concept is even one website, underline the keyword. I'm not talking about web pages. Web pages is entirely different from website. So I can design a website with a single file name. All the presentation layer, business layer, and database layer can be written in a single page. I'm talking about only single page. Whereas when I go for model, I have given one file, and presentation layer, I have given one file, and database I have to link, and all the files I have to link, and I have to make it in a folder, and I have to upload the file. But when I come for AngularJS, there is no need of, if you want, you can go with n number of pages, and we can write every application in a single page. I'm talking about the entire website can be designed in a single web page. For example, I can go here with a one file name, it is of web page. Entire web page can be go with a single web page application. So this is called as a AngularJS as an additional page. So the first functionalities of AngularJS, it is called as a single page application. I can design an application in a single page, but initially you find it difficult because we are mainly focusing on, I think some students are scribbling. I do not know. Please, I request you to not scribble. It distracts me, right? Right. So it is a single page application. And second one, it is called as rich internet application. So compulsory net is there. Of course, we need a compulsory internet applications because certain functionalities has been written in JavaScript. I will tell that what are the thing we have to do it, and then we can proceed here. So rich internet application. There are two ways is that if you want, if you are connected with your systems with net, you can go with that. Otherwise, I think some of them are disturbing. Right. Anyway, I request the participants to not scribble. Right. So when I come for rich internet application, there are two types is that with internet facilities you can go, or without internet also we can run the program. So this is the second important category. And third one, it is called as a MVC. As usual, we said that it is of model view controller application. So these are the three things is needed. Okay. Now I think hope you can understand that. And when you go towards the programming, I will tell that what are all the features, because I don't want to go with the presentation. All the PPT. I don't want to go with the presentation, so that I can go with the straight away to the program. Now, what first I have to do it? Go to AngularJS. You can go to the website. Any website you can go. You can say that AngularJS. Right. You can. I'll come here with the website so that you can see here. You can go to the web. I'll come with the program so that you can. It'll be easy for you to understand. Go for an AngularJS, and there is a one option is there, download is there. I'll come to the website. Right now you can see, I'll go with the presentation like this itself, since I don't want to go with deviation. Right now you can see here. So the prerequisite knowledge is HTML is needed, JS is or JavaScript is needed. And when I come for here, we are discuss about the 3-tier architecture for an Angular JS. And next, so I told about presentation layer, business layer, and database layer. And you can see this is a presentation layer where the registration forms are there. So we are going with the presentation layer. And next one, it is of business layer. And next one, it is of database layer. So this is what we have discussed. And this is the MVC architecture. You can see I'm going to design a HTML CSS with an Angular JS script with a based on the model, and it is be connected to the server. And this is called as a server script language, right? It is mainly focusing on server scripting. As I said, the first point is of rich internet application. The second point, it is of model view controller. And third one, it is of cross browser platform. And also it's automatically handle the JavaScript code. It will be automatically handle the JavaScript code, and it is open and it is completely free here. Now I'll go with the web page, how to start. Just search. Right. You can see here. So those who a person want to learn and want to execute the Angular JS, you can go and see here. There's a one option is that download. Just click download. And you can see here, there is the two things is there. See, either you copy the link here. You can see clearly CDN is equal to, there's a one link is there. You can copy the link and you can add to the script. This is option one. Option one, you can copy the link and you can add it to the script areas. So this is option one. Otherwise, you can download. When you download, you can see the code will be like this. We may not understand what the code is. This is what about the scripting code. Just you copy this code, copy it and paste it in the notepad. Just you copy the code and paste it in the notepad and save as, you can save any name, whatever the name you want. You can write here, I can write here, it is of newcollege.js. Remember that? Now I saved here. Now I'll save it in E:, in test already I'm having here. Now I'm save it here. So now what I've done here, I have converted the script file. Now this is called as a new college.js. So wherever I want to put my, whenever I want to execute the Angular.js, I can put it is of .js file, new college.js file. Or otherwise, what you can do, you can copy the link here. You can see the link here, which is here. It is about Angular min, that is of Ajax dot, that is of asynchronous Java for XML. It is for Google API has been produced the scripting languages and it has been implemented in your scripting. So now I think, you know, there are two ways you have to do it. Now I'll go with the first program. Where is first program I will go with, since it is a practical approach, right? So I'll come with the first program. See, I will explain the code then. First you understand that. So I have created a one text box and I have created allow. Now, what is the code I have to write it for text box means, I think, you know, input type is equal to text and name is equal to something and that. The same code I want to write it in JavaScript. Remember that. I will take a notepad so that it will be easy. Suppose I'm going to write a notepad, right? I'm going to create a form. Name is equal to T1. And value is equal to null. And I'm close it here. So this is form. Sorry, I'll write here. It is a form name is equal to F1. Just I'll finish the form. Now I'm going to write here input type is equal to text. And I have to write here name is equal to T1 and value is equal to null. So this is the thing I have written here. Suppose I want one button and I want to click the button so that whatever the text I want to, it has to be displayed. So what I'm going to write here, input, once again, I write here, it is of type is equal to input type is equal to button, right? And I'm going to write here something, I'm going to write here value is equal to click. And I'm going, in case if I'm not to use an Angular.js, consider that I'm not going to use an Angular.js, then I have to write here on click is equal to S1. So I'm going to use a JavaScript with HTML to make the same process. Remember that on click is equal to S1. So when I click the button on click, it will go to the X1. So once again, I have to write the script. See, in order to understand the concept I'm writing the script, right? Language is equal to whatever the language. I told that client side scripting. So I'm going to use a JavaScript. and I'm going to close the script. Initially, I told no, it is not like a procedure-oriented programming or object-oriented programming. It is a modular programming. The way of understanding should be in different Angular, not in the same Angular. If you design means we cannot able to learn Angular JS, it should be in the different Angular, but it is not an Angular JS. What happened if the Angular JS is not that? So how I have to write here? Now you see I'm going to write here function of S1. So what happened when I click the function? See, when I click the button, it will go to S1 function. And here I'm going to write it. What I would write here, variable A is equal to f1.t1.value. It is not AngularJS. Now I'm teaching about HTML with JavaScript. So why AngularJS is very familiar, that's what I'm coming here. So now when I say T1 is a text box and value, so it is of T1.value, which has been stored in A. And I'm going to display the value, it is of document.write of A. So now what happened? It is going to display a write of A. Suppose I want to display, it is of hello. So I want to display hello plus whatever the text box I'm going to give it. Now you understand that I have created the text box, first text box, name it is of T1, and I'm created a button, and I'm going to, while I click the button, it is going with S1. So when the functions comes S1, you can see A is equal to f1.t1.value. So I'm going to display the value. This is what program which has been written with HTML and JavaScript, not with AngularJS. The same program, how we are going to write it in AngularJS. So this is what you should understand. So this is a normal program with JavaScript. Now, when I come for AngularJS, we are going to use an MVC pattern. So what is MVC? MVC, it is of model. So next one, it is of view. And next one is of controller. Don't forget, this is the entire concepts of AngularJS. We are going to use it here. This is the entire concepts of AngularJS. We are going to use it. So whenever we are coming here, there is a keyword. I'm going to use it in AngularJS. Now understand that. Don't think that like learning a C or C++ or Java, because there they will have a data types, a declaration and for loop and while loop and all the looping, switching statement, decision statements and etc. Don't come to that part. Now your mentality should be different, and the AngularJS and the Angular will be of entirely different. So I will tell how to remember the concepts. So here I'm going to use a keyword in AngularJS. It is called as ng. What is the keyword I'm going to use? ng hyphen. Remember that ng hyphen is the entire AngularJS concepts. I'm going to use it. What is ng stands for? Ng stands for next generation. ng stands for next generation. In that, I'm going to use ng hyphen app, ng hyphen init. I will tell that, don't worry. Every meaning I will tell separately. You understand that in a different Angular. Don't think right from the first we have to teach it. It is not possible in the AngularJS. It is entirely different concepts. So one it is of init, and next one it is of ng controller. You can see that it is a controller we are going to use here, and ng bind. All these are keywords. From that itself you can understand. I'm going to create an app, and it is for initialization, and this is for control, and this is for bind. Like that, we can go with n number of directories are available. These are all called as a directories. Remember that this is called, what are all I'm saying that it is called as a directories, which has been built-in function by AngularJS, which is called as a built-in function in AngularJS. So this is the thing we have to come here. Anyway, when we go for the programming side, we can understand this about model, view, and controller. So first we come here. So whenever I'm saying that ng means it is of next generation, and consider that where we have to write app, where we have to write init, where we have to write the controller, how it is going to be displayed, all those things we are going to check it here. Can you able to understand? Please, anyone can comment that. Anyone can say the message. Can you able to understand the concepts? What I'm saying? Yes or no, please. At least voice communication, please. Yes. Yeah. I think everyone can chat now. Thank you very much. Thank you for releasing the chat, because I am feel now. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, first we go with a single program. Make your concepts very clear. Don't think like C or C++ or Java. It is entirely a different concepts. So now, yeah, thank you very much. Now I'll go take a first program and I will explain the concepts. Now you can see here, I have created the text box, right? Now I'm going to type the name, right? See, once I'm typing or once I'm removing, the concept is very simple. I'm going to type whatever you want. You can type it here. So how many lines the code is there? The same code, if I want to write it in JavaScript with the HTML, the same thing I want to write it. You see, I have to get the value whenever I'm pressing on focus. Whenever on key press, whenever I'm on key press, the letter should be displayed like this. Otherwise, I can go with the document.inner HTML. With advanced style sheet with the JavaScript, I can be able to do it here. But now go through the program. Now I'll go with my first program so that I will explain very clearly and I will explain, then we can go for the process. Now I'm going to take the first program. So already I've been done here. Anyway, I'll come here with text. Sorry, I will open here. So I'll take my Notepad Plus. Now I'm going to open. Now look at the program very carefully. Look at the program very carefully now. This is a way of scripting languages we are having here. Just a minute, just 1 second, please. Right. So when I come for, you can see here, this is the one thing I'm coming here. First one, it is of HTML. And second one, we are coming here with a script. So here you can see the source script is there. So we are coming here with an Ajax concepts. You can see here. See the where I told the two path. One, it is of AngularJS path. You have to write it here, right? HTTP Ajax of Google API dot JPEG. So we are using here and we are going with a JScript file. And next you can see I'm using a one div tag, body tag. Inside that body tag, now we start AngularJS. The div of attribute. What is my attribute name? It is of ng app. I told that it is of ng app. So what do you mean by ng? Can anyone chat, please? Anyone can chat? What do you mean by ng? As I told previously. Anyone, please?
Next generation.
Yeah, it is the next generation app. So we are going to write. Now you can see, yes, that's good. So when I come for next generation, you can see input type is equal to text. And now I'm using another one keyword. Another one keyword, it is called as a model. So according to our pattern, it is of MVC, that is of model, view, controller. So here I'm using a model. You can write any name you want, you can use it here. Whatever the name you want, you can use it. So this name, and you can see this is called as an expression for printf, just like in C printf or Java system.out.println, it is called as an expression. If you put a double brace, then it is called as an expression. So whenever you type in the name, which text box consists of name. Suppose you see that now I'm going to change the name N1. What will happen if I give name 1 and if I give the model as name, it won't work. Remember that the model, it is of name, whereas hello of name I given, where it is not going to work here. Why? Because the what model name is there, that model name is alone come here. Totally how many lines here for displaying the content? Totally how many lines for displaying the content alone? Say for displaying. Just I want to get the text box and I want to display. Totally how many lines? Can you able to chat, please? Totally how many lines? Just we need to define a model and we have to display it. Is it possible the same thing? Can I just 2 lines, right? Within a 2 line, I'm getting a text box values and I'm displaying it here with an expression. So remember that this script file is needed. Remember that this script file is needed. Whenever you are writing this script file, your system must be activated with internet. If your system is not activated with the internet, it will lead to a problem. Now I can check. Now I'm going to save the file. Once again, I'm going to run the program. Same program I'm going to run. Now you see, I'm going to type it. What happened? It is not executing because the model name plays a vital role. The model name alone will be coming here. Otherwise, it is not there, right? So this is what when I come for get. So now once again, I'm going to change the name and I'm going to save and I'm going to run the program once again. Now you see. Now you can see here. So I think now you understand 2 things. What is the 2 things? One, it is of ng app. Another one, it is of ng model. Make a note of it. So first you have learned about app. We will come later on. What is the app is going to do it? And now this is about ng model. Now I'll go for opening the next one, the same program. I'll come here. right? Now, what is the difference here? Can anyone say what is the difference in this program? How I can use online? Yeah, that's your question. Yes, Ganesh, that's for only I'm coming here. Now you can check it here. For your question only I'm coming here, right? Yeah, that's what I'm coming here. You can see here. That's what this is the screen now I'm showing to you. Offline script. I'm going to use here. You can see I have written my name. It is Sakti.js file, which means that you have to download the file, save as. So you can see in my folder, I'll show the folder. You can see I have shown the folder. This is a folder I have been saved here. If you want, I will open with a notepad. You see, this is the code I have downloaded and I saved the file name as Sakti.js and I saved the file name as activity1a.html. So now you can see script source of Sakti.js. So in offline, I can able to do the same program. But you can see the script here. I have written the script as Sakti.js, where here I have written the script as Google. You can see the entire link is there. That's what I told. Two way we can go here. So now I'm going to execute 1A. Let me check whether 1A is going to be run or not. So now I'll come here. I'll go back. Right. And I'm going to check 1A. Now you can see my program is also working. This is offline code where I have done the offline, which means that you can see the code. I have written the code on Sakti.js. I'm not linked the file. I'm not linking the script. I can write like this. So the two ways we can present the script in our code. If you want online, you can go with that code. If you want to offline, you can come with that code. Okay. Now I move to the next part. Shall I move to the next part? Now I'm going for the next part. I'll go here. It is of activity 2. Let me check what is the activity 2 is going to represent. Right now, look at the program very carefully. In activity 1, what I have written. In activity 1, what I have written. Look at very carefully. In activity 2, what is a new thing I have added? Any idea? What is a new thing I have added? Anyone can chat, please? That's good. Please, I want the volunteers to be chat so that whether you understand the concepts or not, I want to know. And thank you for the management. Right now, please don't misuse the chat. It is for the learning person, the person who is interested to learn, they can do it. Now, I'm going to use a one term. It is of bind, where the data is going to bind. And what's the data name? It is called as a name here. Yes, thank you for the person who is response now. Right now, you can see I'm going to use a name. Same program, I'm going to run it. So what is my program name? It is of activity 2. Just keep LD which popa. Activity 2, I'm going to run it here. So this is about, just a minute, I'll come here. It is about activity. Just a minute. I'll come here. You can see here. This is about activity 2. Now you can see the difference. Now you can see the difference so that it will be very clear here. It is about, I'm going to write here. It is of new college. Are you clear? Or whatever the thing you want, you can write it here. So it is about AngularJS. Now you can see very simple program within a 2 line. We can able to get the text box and write here. This is called as a verification and validation. How the data are going to verify, how we are validating the data. Now you check the code. Where the difference in the activity 1, I've written here, it is hello and with double braces, which is called as an expression. In the activity 2, I have written that it is of ng bind, it is of name in order to display the name here. So this is what you should understand about the activity 2 concepts. So additionally, we have learned one more thing. It is called as a ng bind. Hereafter, we are going to do with the process with the ng bind and without ng bind. So understand that same way, scripting also with online or with offline. Similarly, with ng bind or without ng bind. Like that, we are going to do it. This is about activity 2. Next thing, I'm going to write here, it's about activity 3, mainly focusing on expression. I'll come here. Very simple, you can see here. So you can see ng app. So how many directories I have used in my program? Only 1 directories. Similarly, I've used only online scripting here, and I'm using ng app. My first expression is, so you can see here double braces. This is just like to calculate also. Even some other languages, we cannot able to do like this operation. We can see what is the output of this activity 3. Now I'll go and run the program for activity 3. Now I'll come here to run the program of activity 3. Now you can see what is the activity. So my expression is 10. What is the code? Very simple. My first expression is of any values. Even I can change the values of 25. So I want to save it. Whatever the operation you want, any operation, any expressions can be generated. Even sometimes you can see some formulas will be given and you have to write the answer. So based on that answer, it is going to be activated or deactivated. Like that, some web pages are there. So this is all can be designed here. And you can save the file as normal HTML. I'm not doing with PHP. I'm not doing with ASP. I'm not doing with any other languages. I'm doing with a normal HTML file where a single page application can be designed and where I can go for verification and validation also. Now you can see here. Now I'm going to run the program. You can see very simple code to display. I'm going to use an expression. See, learning is entirely different from implementation. Sir, okay, you are teaching like this. Where I have to implement? When the problem comes, when you're designing a web page, you can use this AngularJS script also in your web page. Suppose, sir, I'm using a Python. Can I able to use an AngularJS in my code? Yes, of course. Sir, I'm using a PHP. Can I able to use an AngularJS in my code? Of course, you can use it. There is a full functionalities and flexibilities are available in this AngularJS here. So this is with expression. And now I'll move on to activity 4. Let me check. Now I'll come with an activity 4. Now, what is the difference between activity 3 and activity 4? Which one is missing? Activity 3, you can see, and activity 4, you can see. Which one is missing? Anyone can say? Please chat. That's good, Bharati. And I want everyone to respond, please. At least some person's response will be good for me to teach also. So please don't misuse the chat because we are free to chat with you. So what is the missing? NG app. If you want to use it in an app and if you want to implement in that, you can use it app concept. Otherwise, sir, no need. I don't want an app. I can in my web pages. I want to do it. That's all. I think some persons only chatting. I want everyone to chat with us so that if you understand that, right? So now it is going for an activity 4. So it is of div tag with then my first expression. It is of app, right? Just a minute. Just a minute. Sorry, right? So this is what the thing we are coming here. It is about expression. So if you want to design an app and if you want to implement it in some other concepts, you can use it. Otherwise, we no need to do that, right? So this is what the thing is that this is about activity 4. And now I'll come for an activity 5. This is another entire thing, which is nearly, you can see, I want to change the value of the input field. Previously, I have created a text box. Previously, I created text box and that text box must be of red color. If the same thing I want to do it, I want to write a JavaScript, I want to write a CSS, and I want to write a HTML. So, and I want to import a CSS with the JavaScript also. So I want to do it with CSS with JavaScript also. So this is the thing I want to do it here. So instead of that, what I'm going to make it here, you can see this is about ng app. And now I'm coming with a new keyword. It is called as ng init. Remember that one new keyword I'm coming here. So previously we have discussed about ng app, ng bind, and now we are going to come with one more technique. It is called as ng init. So when I come for ng init, I'm going to use one name. It is called as a my color. Any name you can use it here, and which is equal to red color. So I'm going to initialize the red color. Now you can see input style is equal to background underscore color colon off. As usual, this is an expression. So this is an expression with the double quotes. And I'm going here with one more thing. It is of ng model. Already we have discussed here. Ng bind we have discussed. Now we are coming here with ng model. So remember that ng app, ng init, ng bind, ng model. ng stands for next generation. So this type of programming, it is called as an Angular modular programming. And we are saying in a different Angular. App is one side, init is one side, model is one side, bind is one side. So all the things we have to consider and we have to write it here. So totally you can see only 2 lines is needed. Now I will execute this program. I'll save this program and now I'm going for executing this one. Now it is of activity 5. You can see. I'm making a red color. So whatever you want, you can write it here. So when I go for refresh, it will be changes to red color. The same red color, if you want to write it in a normal HTML with JavaScript, it's need more than 5 lines to make the color, and we have to invoke it when the functions, when my cursor is on the text box, that is input type is equal to text, on focus is equal to some function name, and that function name I have to set the color with the JavaScript with style sheet. It is must be of CSS3. But here, how many line is that? Just one thing I have to do it. What I have to do it? I have to init with one variable name, and what is the color name? It is called as red. So I'm going right. It's a background color of my color and ng model of color. That's the only simple concept which has been understood. Are you clear with this one? Can you able to understand? Please say yes or no, please. Chat, please. Is it possible for you to understand the concepts? Yes. I need everyone to chat, please. Everyone. Only 1 or 2 or 3 are there. I want everyone, please. Everyone. If you cannot able to understand, really, I want some appreciation from your side, whether you are listening or whether you are understand or not. Right. Thank you very much. Right. So this is about activity based. See, everything is available in the internet. Why I have teached in the internet means because when you go after my finishing my session, even you can sit in the net and you can search the code, and it is available in the tutorial one. I'm not taking extra content. I'm teaching for only the basic content, how to understand the concepts. That's all. Right. So this is about activity 5. And next I'll go here with number concept. Now I'm going with activity 6. I'll come with the activity 6. Now you can see what are all the directories I've used here. ng app I have used, ng init I have used, and I'm having a quantity and cost. Especially when you go for Swiggy or Zomato or whatever the app you're going to buy a food, number of quantity into the amount. That's what the thing is coming here. Number of quantity into the amount. Suppose I'm going to purchase a meal, 2 meals per day, and 1 meal is of 100, then automatically we can display the amount there. So this is the concept. So you can see I'm having a quantity 1 and the cost of, let it be a we'll add 50. Very simply we can init, whereas init is reference for initialization. So I am initialize, quantity is equal to 1 and the cost is equal to 50. So the total dollar, I'm going to write it in an expression. So I'm going to save this program, and once again I'm going to run the program. Let me come with activity 6. So now I'm going with activity 6. You can see what is the output. I'm writing a part by part by part, but if you want to write, you can write the entire concepts. So whatever you want, you can change it here. Even I can change the quantity is of 11. And whatever the operation, not only multiplication, whatever the operation you want. Suppose you want to get the students' marks and you want to find out the average, we can able to do it. Whatever the thing you want, you can write it on your own. Depends upon your client requirement or whatever you needed, you can able to do it here. So now I'm going to save, and once again I'm going to run the program. You can see automatically the value will be changes. Very simple concepts in order to make it init. That's what the scripting is very, very popular, and even validation scripting, it's very useful whenever we go for designing a web pages. Especially for web pages, I want to get some values from the user, especially for validation, dynamic web pages. I'm not talking about static web pages. I want to talk about only the dynamic web pages. These are the things that's been coming here. So this is with activity 6. Now I'll move on to the next one. The same thing with one more difference, slight difference in the code. What's the difference now? Is there any difference? This is activity 6. You can see that dollar is a quantity into cost. Whereas when I come for activity 7, what is the difference? Any difference, please? Can you able to chat? What is the one difference which is coming here? Yes, that's good. That's what I told that. Always I used to write the program with ng bind and normal. What is the difference? When I use an expression, I can use it here. So I request everyone to chat with me so that it is whether you can able to understand or not, I can able to identify it here. So here I'm using a one concept. It is called as ng bind, which means that I'm adding a binding concepts. And now when I come for here, where the data is secure compared to two things, activity 6 and activity 7, where the data will be secure in activity 6 or activity 7. Just you type 6 or 7. Which one will be very perfect in coding? Activity 6 or 7? Activity 7. That's good. Why? Why means the data are binded, which is called as an encapsulation. The data are binded, so we are making an encapsulation. Suppose I want to make a financial transactions in my application. I cannot able to write the code. I can implement the third party, but even the hackers can able to take the data. So you should be always very clear about the concepts of binding here. So this is what about ng bind. Now remember that ng app, ng init, ng bind, ng model. So these are the ways we are learning the directories of activity 7. Now I'll move on to the next thing. I'll move on to activity 8. Now I'll go here. Better I'll write here. The students go the last type. I type his name. It is of Muhammad Imran. Now you can check the code. What I have written here? ng app init is equal to, once again, first name equal to Muhammad and last name is equal to Imran. Now the full name is, so what is the output maybe of? Anyone can express? Please tell the answer. What is the output of this problem? Anyone? Anyone can chat, please? Is it possible for us to chat? Yeah, good. So you can see here, I can get the names. That's good. I want the volunteers to be involved, please. Some of our volunteers are needed to chat with us so that you can able to understand, not only 2 or 3. So this is what the thing is that. So you can see that it should be your first name plus I'm writing the space here. So it will leave space and it will be displayed here. What happened if I put first name plus last name? Remember that I have given the double quotes here, which means that I'm leaving a space here between the first name and the last name. What happened if I remove it means it will be continuously displayed. So in order to give a space, I'm writing here. So let me check about the activity 8 here. So now I go here. See, since it is a practical approach, I cannot able to go with the PowerPoint presentation. And I think it is a program number 8, right? So remember that since it's a practical approach, we want to go with only a programming concept. So I'm coming with the programming concepts, right? Now you can see the answer. So you can see the answer. It is full name is. So you should be remember the keyword. You no need to by heart anything. Just understand that wherever you want go with an init. Even if you come for mathematical operation, I'm going to use an init, right? And here also I'm using an init for even a background color. I'm using an init. So whenever I want to initialize, I'm going to use an init. You know, either it may be a numbers or it may be a string also. So this is about the string. The same thing I'm going to write it with the span of bind. Once again, I'm going with bind. Let me come. That's what I told that with bind and without bind. Now you can see the same program I have done here with bind, ng bind here. So this is about activity 9. So once again, I run the program. So I come and execute the program 9. Now you can see. Why it is new college? Because I have changed here. The first name is of new. The last name it is of college. So the output is of new college. It will not come with Muhammad Imran because the 8th program I have written it is of Muhammad Imran. And whereas when I come for 9th program, I have written that it is of new colleges here. So you should remember that. So this is what with ng bind. So I'm teaching with both the sides. Whenever you need a bind, you can use it the bind, or if you don't want to use the bind, without bind also you can write the program. But ng bind means you have to use the span concepts. So this must be very clear with the string thing. And next, very important thing, I'm coming here with activity 10, right? Now you see. Now you can see that I'm going with an init, and here I'm coming here. It's college is equal to first name is of new, and last name it is of college, and I'm going to display a college dot last name. Come to the previous program. When I come for previous program, I have given init, first name is equal to new and last name is equal to college, which means that both are considered as a variable. Remember that first name and last name are considered as a variable. Whereas when I come for activity 10, before that I have added a one word. It is called as a college, which is called object. Remember that, which is called as an object. So object, first attribute it is of first name and second attribute is of last name. And I'm going to display that the name is college dot last name. So what is the output of this program? If I say the college dot last name, what is the output? If I say college is an object and last name, so what is the output? So I want a volunteers, please. I request everyone to chat, please. Is it possible for you to chat? So what is the output? Only one person. I need everyone to chat, please. Whatever you understand, you tell me the answers. No problem at all. Only one or two is there. So I request everyone to be participated, please. Right? Otherwise, it will be a boring session. I'm teaching a program and you are going with that, simply sitting without namesake. It is not good, right? So I need to request to chat with me, right? That's good. So the output will be of, you can see here, it is of college. So you can write whatever the attributes, right? Even if you go for an Amazon product, your product consists of n attributes, and all the n attributes you can able to display it in it. And whichever the person is selecting, what attributes you want to select, you can select here with that concept. So this is what about, when you come for here, you see the same first name and last name here, but without object. But when I come for activity 10, I have created a one name, it is called as a college, and I'm coming here with an activity 10. So this is what with objects we are going to make it here. And same with same program with the bind also, I'm going to done this one. This is about 11th program, right? Same program, same concepts, nothing changed. I've never changed here. Only the same thing is of person dot last. Suppose I want to ask you to create a student's detail, register number, mobile number, and everything. And I want the mobile number alone. Then students dot mobile number alone, we can able to display. But this thing cannot be done with the help of HTML and CSS. I cannot able to do the same concepts in HTML, CSS with JavaScript. I want to write a more code to execute the same procedure to get the objects, and I want to display it. But here in AngularJS, within a 2-line, I can able to create an object and I can able to take whatever the attributes is needed. For example, if you go for an Amazon product, a product consists of several attributes, and all the attributes can be in depth. We can initialize. I can initialize all the objects attributes, and I can able to display whichever attributes I want. I can able to do it here. So this is what the thing is about, object concepts, right? So this is about objects. And next I'll come here. It is about, as usual, we are familiar with whenever we are going for any languages, the very important thing, it is about array. That's all. Very simple. Nothing is there. Even whatever you want, you can write it here. Anything I want, you can write it. I'm going to write here. It is about, let it be of COLE. So I'm going to write here. It is of COLE of 2. Same thing. And you know that whenever we say that array with a square bracket, it is called as a static, which means that only the fixed value can be done. See, there is a one rule is that whenever we go, this is called as static. And when I come for here, this is called as a dynamic, where we can pass n number of parameters. I can type here a, b, c, d, e, left. Like that, I can go for any way I can write here. Even if I'm having a sum of function, suppose I'm having a sum function, I can write n number of parameters inside the functions. Whereas here, if I give 20 means only 20 is allowed. So this square bracket is always called as a static, where the memory will be allocated, and where here it is called as a dynamic, and where this brace, it is called as a block of code. You remember that? So there is a every symbols or entirely have a different concepts. So this square bracket is static, and this one is called as a dynamic, and this one is called as a block of code, where we are going to execute here. And when I say here, it is an expression. So we used to say the double braces is of an expression. Now, when I come for here, you can see it is around 6 elements are there. So I want to display the second element. So it may be, we can see what is the output will be coming on activity 12. So I'll go with the activity 12. I not need to. I'll go with activity 12, and you can see the result, right? So this is what about the content of the thing. So it is of, when we come for an array, you please remember that the first value is of 0, and it is of 1, and it is of 2. It is about position. It is not about the value. So it is of 2. So it is of 0. This is 15 is 1, and this is 19 is 2. So answer is of the third result. It is of 2. So if you want, you can find out the student's mark, who is the top, whatever the marks you want, or whatever the numbers you want, anything you can write it here. And there is no need of, it is a user-friendly language, there's no need to declare any data types or whatever the, any operator I have to use it for the data type, nothing is needed. Just we should remember that it is about app, init, and it is about whatever the values you want, you can write it here. This is about, it is about 12th program. As usual, the same program I'm going with bind. So it is about, I'll come here, it is about 13. It is about bind. So it is of ng bind of, it is of point of 2. So we are going to use, it is about point of 2, same thing as about ng bind. So this is entirely different. So till now, what you have discussed, you can see here. I'll go with very glance. I'm not going to say that. First of all, we have discussed about expression, right? And next thing I discuss about numbers. And next thing I discuss about string. And next object. And next I'm coming here, it is about array. So all these things with the NB bind and without NG bind. And one more thing, it is about initialization. Sorry, before that we are coming here with the initialization, right? So these are the concepts we have discussed here. So it is of initialization with the NG bind and without, expression with NG and the number, string, object, and array. Of course, these are all like LKGs. What we have done, what you have learned till now. The first program we are going with module concepts. The first program which you're going to come with and module concepts. So I'll remaining program, I will close it so that it will be comfortable for you to listen. Right? And now I'll go here. The very important concepts where we are going to the first step of our program of AngularJS, right? Something it's be different from other languages. So I'll come here, it is about 14. This is the first stage. You have to understand the concepts. It's somewhat ridiculous. We cannot able to identify what you are done here like that, sir. Now you see, ng app I have given. Till now, till all the 13 exercise, I have given ng app as an empty. I have not given ng application, that is of next generation of an application with any name. But this is the first program I'm going to give a name. So what is my name? It is called as a my app. And I'm going to use a controller, the new concepts. I told that model view controller, model view controller. So all the things I'm going to build it in an application. So that's what my application name, it is of my app, and ng controller, I'm going to use a one name, it is called as a my controller, right? And what I'm going to do, adding a first name and last name. That's all, adding a first name and last name. So this is a one div. Now I'm going to use a controller. How to control? See, variable app. So what app I'm going to, this is my variable name. Don't think this app, it is like that. This is my variable name. Any name you can use it, maybe X or Y or Z or whatever name you want to use it. And but this is a keyword. That's what I told, that Angular.module. This is what a modular programming, Angular.module, and this is a static size. And what is the application name I'm going to use? You can use any name here. If you use SAK or whatever new college means, here also you have to use a new college. If you use their X, here also you have to use X. So Angular.module is a keyword. We cannot able to change it. We can change only this app. So Angular.module. Now I'm going to create a module. Till now, we have not created any module out of this 13 exercise. The 14th exercise is starts with module. And all the company programs, or when you go to the corporate, you can understand really what is module. In colleges, while learning, we cannot able to know what is module. You just learn all the programming concepts and you'll go from top to bottom or bottom up approach using an object concepts. Now you can see here it is of Angular.module of my app. And next thing, I'm going to use a controller. What is the controller name? So first one, Angular.module. What is my application name? And next one, app.controller. So I'm going to use a controller name. And this is predefined. Remember that this is predefined. You cannot able to change it. You cannot able to change it. I'm going to create a function. And that I'm going to use a scope. A scope means lifetime. Maximum you can sit up to 5 o'clock up to my webinars. If I extend for 6 o'clock, that's all, everyone will run out. That's what scope. The scope of the webinar, right? So like that. Here also a scope is a lifetime of a variable. So in a function, I'm going to pass a scope. So what is my controller name? My controller name is of my control. That's what app.controller of. What is my control name? My controller. See, initially it is find it difficult. But when you go for real time of a project, it will help a vital role in order to make a security and encapsulation also. So it is of my control and function of scope. Now I'm coming here. Scope dot first name is equal to new and scope dot last name is equal to colleges. So what happened? You can see that my control. So the control will come here and it will go with the scope, and the scope dot first name is equal to new and scope dot last name is equal to colleges. So this is what we are segregating. We are not writing everything in a single file. We are segregated here. I'm going to write the function and there I'm going to pass the values and that will be come and displayed here. So this part, you can see this part, it is called as a controller part, and this part, it is called as a view part. Right? And whatever the data we are using, it is called as a mark. That's what we are saying that MVC. This is view part. This part, it is called as a view part. And this part where I am written here in the script part, it is called as a controller part. How to control the data. So two parts I divided. I'm not writing three parts. Third parts we will discuss later on. We can come and discuss here. That's also how to write the model with the database connection if you have a time, right? So this is what. So first part, it is of this is view part and this is controller part. Of course, output will be same. The output will be of new college. Anyway, I'll run the program. You can check. It is 14th exercise. Now you can see the output will be of same. Of course, output is same, but you can see the same new colleges I can able to explain, I think in the activity 8 also. Let me go and open it and I'll show that activity 8. Right? Let me come. I'll go with the activity 8, same thing, new college. Instead of right, I'll write here it is of new college. Now, if I run the 8th activity program, you can see I'm going to run the 8th activity program. Once again, I'll go with activity 8 so that you can see the difference. What is the difference in that? Right? So same new college will be there. Even when I come for an activity 14, if I come with an activity 14, the same new college is there. Where the securities are there in activity 8 or activity 14. Please, I request you to chat, please. Students or the participants, please, can you able to identify where the securities are there? Outputs are same. In activity 8, the securities are more, or activity 14, the securities are more. Can you able to chat, please? I request the participants to chat, please. Is there anyone? Yeah. Only one person. I request participations. Can you able to understand? If you understand, can you able to chat? Otherwise, I think that I'm not clear with your explanation. Right? Only 5 or 6 students are there inside the classroom, right? Yeah, thank you. Now, so this is what about care. How to write the code? Very important. Every applications are mainly focused on data. So how to make the data very secure. So that's what you should be understand that. So this is about activity 14. And now I'll come here, ng controller. Yeah. What is Ajay? You can write your secured, how secured for your reason. Okay. Or any doubt is there? Anyone is having any doubt? I think Ajay Kiran has been written ng controller. Okay. No, thank you. Now I'll move on to the next activity. So it is of activity 15. See why I have teach this one from the net means even if you have a time, you can spend the time and you can learn that function. Now you can see there's another one thing I'm going to create. Previously, we have done with modules. This is with module concepts, that is of MVC. This is about view patterns and this is about controller pattern. And now when I come for activity 15, this is another one thing. This is a directories, predefined directories. It is not user defined directory. You cannot able to create your own directory. It is a predefined directory. I'm going to create a one directory, right? It is a directory. So you can see here, once again, I'm writing here, app name, it is of my app. And I have created the directories, not a controller. Remember that here I have created the controller. Don't get confused. First part is of controller. Some cases I need a controller, some cases I need a directories, which means that predefined directories. So in the 15th program, I'm going to use a directories, right? In the 15th program, I'm going to use a directories and you can see my app and here what I've written here app.directories. Whereas there you can see I've written that app.controller. Sir, where I have to use a controller, where I have to use a directories. certain operation I have to done with the checking and every process I have to do it under the control, then it is I have to use a controller. Already built in is that one I want to implement in my application. Some person has designed that one. I want to use it in my application. Then I can go for my directories. So W3 directories, you can see that app.directory of W3 directory function where there is no scope. I'm not going to use any data. If I want to use the data, I can use the word of scope, and that scope I can write the letter and it's going to be written. What is the written in template? I was made in a constructor directory. I was made in a directory constructor. So don't get confused. What is your problem? Whether you want to create a controller or we want to create a directories. When I want to create a controller, some operation I want to do it on my own and some control should be that. Then I have to use the directories. And I want to move some person already they have been designed, or I want to create a template. I want to create a new template and I have to store it in the directories. Then I can write like this way. So this is about activity 15. I'll go with the 15. You can see the information was whatever the information you want, you can give it here. I was made in a directory constructor. So you know that constructor means it is used for initialization, the value initialization like that. So this is what about the directory constructors. Now this is about activity 15. So don't get confused. Till now, what all we have discussed. See, basic thing we have done. After basic thing, the very important concept it is about module with a module and controller. And second one it is with a module with the directories. So this is the one thing. Now, when I come for back, this 14, you see this 14 is another one thing I'm going to change it. Sir, I want to write the control part in a separate file. I want to write the app part separate file. And I want to write it in my original file. That's also possible. How it is possible, you can see here. I will open the file. Let me come here. You can see 16. Now you can see this is a program I've written in 16. My app name is of 16 my app. My controller is of my 16 controller. So two things I have created. One it is of app. Another one thing is of controller. Okay. Now you see what I've written. Script source is equal to 16 myapp.js and 16 mycontrol.js, which means that I have written this part separately and this part very separately in a separate file. I'll show that one also. So what is my name? 16 myapp. How to write it? I will open the file. You can see 16 myapp. This is 16 myapp. What I have written? App is equal to angular.module of 16 myapp. The same line. What you have written in 14, the same line, this line alone, I'm going to make it as app line. And this line, I'm going to make it as a control line. So I'm going to open another one file. So you can see it is of file, open, and I'm going to write here, it is of 16.mycontroller. So you can see it is of app of control of module, and next one is of 16 of control. Two separate files I've written. And these two files are implemented in script source is equal to 16 myapp.js and 16 myapp.control.js. So now what happened? The same functionalities what you have done in 14th program that we have divided into two parts, app.js and control.js, and we are inherited to which concept name it is called as a HTML file, 16 file. Now I'm going to run the 16th program. Of course, the output will be of same as of like 14. Now you can see this is 14. So same thing, I am going to run it with a 16th program. I no need to run the remaining JS file, just I have to run only the 16th program. So you can see, now you can see. Now I'll change the file name because I have written the name like that, right? Now I'll go here. Let me come here. It is about new and it is about college. Now where I change here, you can see in controller I am changing. I'm not changing the 16th file. I'm changing the control.js file. So it is very comfortable for us to do that. Even if I want to update anything in the control file, I can go and directly add with the control file. I no need to touch the main file. Similarly, my application, suppose I want to create an applications for 2 or more process, I can write it in the application file and I can edit it. I don't want to touch the main file. So this is what. So now I'm going to change. if I change the order of linking source file, what will happen? Let me check. Wait, we can done it. Let me check that one. Right now you can see. So I think Mohammed question is, what happen if we change the order of the link file? I will do it. Is it right? So now I changed. Let me check what is the output will be going to be happen. I save the file. Once again, I will go back. Now you see, it's just displaying. It will never display the content. So the procedure is we have to follow the app and then the controller file. That's what the procedure. MVC is that model, view, controller. So if you change it, you can see what is the output is that. Now, once again, I'll go back. Right now, once again, I'm going to change the controller because after app only we are going to implement the controller. Why means we can see the code here. So from the app only we are going to make it a control functions because this is the keyword. The keyword app, which angular.module of my app, with that variable name only we are using the controller. So if you change it, after creating the controller only we are going with an app, but the variable is missing here. That's what it is displaying the concepts. So you should be very clear. So the order, first I'm going to create a variable for the Angular module, and that module only can able to control the values. So this is what the thing is that, right? So you can see now I'll check it. Now, once again, we go back and we run the program. That's it. So first I have to create an app. From that app name, I have to make a controller. From that controller only I can able to invoke the data. So this is what about the activity 16. And next, I think, are you clear, right? I will go with the next activity 17. Sorry. I'll go with an activity 17 now. Now you can see here, this is a very simple. Just I want to repeat the name sometimes. So there is a one keyword which is called as ng repeat. So till now, what all we have discussed, you can see means it is about ng app, ng init, ng bind, and ng model, ng controller. So all those things you should remember. So all these are all called as a directories. At the end of the session, we can able to know these are all the directories which is available in the AngularJS. That's what I'm saying, that initially I told that this is a webinar. Yeah, it is just a roadmap to understand the concepts of AngularJS. We are just putting a roadmap. These are all the things is available. And with that, you are not sufficient with AngularJS. You have to practice with more and more exercise on AngularJS. And based on your projects, better you make your project with the front end, with the single page application, with all verification and validation with model view controller. And that will be connected with a database like that. Even we can connect the database with a single page applications. Right? But we should understand the basic concepts, right? Because we are always focusing on structured programming and object-oriented programming. It is not flexible for us to write it because it is entirely different. We have to give an app name, we have to give a controller. If I give an init, what will happen? Like that, we should be remember that. Now you can see this is the name. All see whatever the program I've written here, or whatever the program I'm executing here is available in the book. It is available in the internet also. If you have a time, you can go through it. Just I'm providing a roadmap. That's all. Right? So now I come here with an artist. There's a one method, it is called as a ng repeat, where x in names. So this is called as a name, and each one it is called as x. Now we can go here. I'll save this program. Already it's saved, right? Now I'll run the program. It is of 17. Right? So you can see here, loop with ng repeat. So we are making every variables to be displayed here. Repeat means one variable taking from the name. Repeat means it is not duplicate values, which means that first name, second name, third name. The same thing we can display in Python with the list or tuples like that. The same thing in Python, we can write here if a star n means it's going for double time. But here we are writing in that word that is of x in names, but this is called as an expressions to display this name. So this is what about to display the variables which is given in the a particular array. Suppose I want to go with n number of images. For example, 30 students are there. I want to display all the 30 students. Then I can create a name like this, and I can display all the names with the help of list. Whatever the list you want, you can write here. It is not only another list. If you want to, you can write it in the order list also. That's your category. whatever you want, you can write it, but basic HTML is needed. So this is about activity 17. And next I'll go here with activity 18. Now, this is with multi-dimensional array. This is with multi-dimensional array. Whereas with the 17, I had gone with a single dimensional array. Only a one particular name I have been given here. Whereas when I come for 18, you can see here with the multi-dimensional arrays, I'm coming here. So when I go for here multi-dimensional arrays, you can see a name and country. We have written in names, whereas the object name it is of name. So we are writing with name and countries. Like that, if you want n numbers, we can go here and we can write it, and you can display what are the countries is that, right? So I'll execute this activity 18. You can see that same thing, looping with an objects I have done here. Whereas previously, single dimensional array, I have not done with looping. Sorry, I have not done with an objects. Whereas when I come for 18th exercise, you can see here, it has been done with an object. So with an object, I'm going to write here x dot name plus x dot country. So this is what the output of the activity 18, right? And next, we want to whenever we go for an interview, especially if you say, if you are a fresher for an interview in AngularJS, the next 6 concepts are there. I'll tell the concepts. They may be asked in the interview side, interview point of view aspect. Suppose if you are saying that a fresher, only for fresher, not for an experience, I'm saying that if you are a fresher, they will ask the question in this category, filters, and they will ask about, it is about HTML DOM. These are the categories I'm going to take in the next, right? Anyway, I will explain all the programs, don't worry. It is about HTML, and it is about forms, and very important, it is about scope, services, right? And it is about functional dependency, properties of dependency injection. And next one, it is of internal hash specification. So these are all the very important concepts, especially filters, tables, and forms and scope, services. Everything is of verification and validation. We are going to validate the data, whether the data is going to be, what type of data we are going to validate. Especially, I would like to show the diagram of AngularJS. You can see here. I think you can see the screen now. Anyway, if you want, I can draw the image very bigly. This is the concepts of entire AngularJS. Net is there. You can see here: data binding, provider, validator, directories, controller, modular, expressions, factories, services, filters, dependency injection, scope. What all I'm going to say now, this will be the very vital role of an AngularJS. But it's somewhat difficult to understand at the initial stages. But when you go on with practices, more and more practices, it will be very easy for you to understand the concepts, right? So now I'll go with the first thing. First very important thing is about filters. Whenever we say about filters, what do you mean by filters? I want in an uppercase or I want in the lowercase. This is a very simple matter. I want in an uppercase or I want in a lowercase or I want in the currency format or euro format. What format I want to display? Suppose if you go for amazon.in and amazon.com, the rupees will be changed here. Here it will be in rupees, there it will be in euro format, dollar format. So remember that amazon.in and amazon.com are entirely different, right? But when you go for searching the product, when I say amazon.in means it belongs to India, so we can get the Indian rupee amount. But when you go for amazon.com, they will use to put it in that dollar symbol. So these are all the minute thing. Of course, it is not going to make any matter of effect, but the filtering is very needed. So it is, or I want to make it is of order by, or which order, whether ascending order from the lowest rate to the highest rate or highest rate to the lowest rate, like that. Very simple. I'll just simply writing here. I write here input. Type is equal to, I'm going to write here, it is of input, type is equal to text, ng model, right? Equal to, I'm going to write here, it is about students dot first name. Let it be of ng model is equal to students dot first name. So I'll come here. Students is an object. So already we have discussed about that object with students dot first name. And I want to display it. How to display? You can see just like this. Student dot first name, right? And you have to put a R symbol. So this is what a function, right? And I'm going to make it R function. And I want to write it, it's of uppercase. That's all. If I write like this, automatically, whatever the text box you are going to give or whatever the input it will give, it will be given in the upper cases. Very simple, one line. Just you have to write this R symbol, which is called as a filter. On what basis you have to filter? This symbol, it is called as a filter. If you want to write it a lower cases, you can write it lower cases. If you want a currency, you can write it currency. There's a lot of filters is available in AngularJS. So within a one line, I can able to do it. The same program, if I want to do it in HTML with JavaScript, I want to take a variable a is equal to f1.tx and I want to make it that a.2 upper cases and then I want to display it. So this is the thing of difference. I'm not saying that JavaScript is worst. I'm saying that there is a functionalities difference between the AngularJS and JavaScript. That's what I'm saying, that none of the languages is worst according to me, right? So this is what about here. Let me check now. I'll go with an activity 21. We go with the 21 with the filter concept, so that I will explain after that. Now I'll come here. It is about activity 21. You can see here. I think you can see here. It is about I come how it has been designed, right? See. So if I write max, it is coming here. It is of 65, right? So you can see the uppercase. I have written it is of, and it is in lowercase and fees with a dollar symbol. So these criteria, uppercase, lowercase, and dollar symbol for verification and validation, and this is called as a filter. I will explain the program when I open. Now I will open the program. It is about 21. Right. Yeah, now you can see here. I request the participants to not to scribble, please. Right. Now, when I go for here, you can see that my app, and I'm using a controller, and you can see here, if you want, I can minimize. Right. Now you can see here. So I'm using a main app and the students controller. So controller name is of students controller, and ng model, I'm going to use students dot first name, students dot last name, students dot fees, and I'm going to use a students dot subject name. And now you can see that I'm going to write students dot full name of uppercase, students dot full name of lowercase, and I'm going to use a currency. So this R symbol, what you are going to display in that, in a R symbol, it is called as a filters. And you can see that what is the marks you are going to get it, and what is the thing coming here. Right? So this is the thing which has been used here. Right? I think, right. So this is about, you can see here, this is about the filter concept. So when I say it is about upper cases or it is about lower cases or currencies, so this is coming under filter concepts. So this is first part. Second one, I'm going with the table. Of course, you know, in HTML, we are used to design the table. So I'm coming here, it is about 22nd, it is about table. As usual, table, TH, TD. That's what I told initially. The person who know only the HTML concepts, it's very easy for us to understand the concepts. So actually TR, these are all very simple. Now where we are written, see, you can see table border, same thing. What you have done in HTML, the same thing we are going to do it. With a table, we are going to display with the TD and TR. Nothing is difference here. The same thing, I'm going to display the output. So if you want to display the output of subject name and subject marks here. So nothing changes here. Only we are going to add the HTML tags and we are going to implement here. So this is what about table. Now I run this. Yeah. Right. Thank you. Right. So this is about names and marks here. So now I'm going to execute activity 22. So this is about second concepts about table. You can see in what format you want. Of course, sir, I can do it in HTML also. Of course, same thing. Nothing is changes here. But when you go for here, if you want, I can go for validate also. In the next thing, I will show that. If I remove this one, I can remove, see, You can see why this table comes now. Now I'm going to write here. Okay. And you can see same concept what you have done in the first exercise. Activity 1, what I've done, the same thing. I'm coming with an activity, I think it is 22. With the table format, I'm bringing here so that it may be looking good. So whatever you want, you can write here. Anything if you want. So only the 2 text box here. So the name is, I cannot able to do any addition here. You can see I'm not going to do any addition here. Just whatever I'm going to say. Suppose I'm going to say that right. So this is the thing of output which has been coming to here using a table concept. This is activity 22. So as usual, what we have done in the first exercise, activity 1, we have done the same thing we have done here. And next thing we are going with the better. I will close everything. So please remember that the first one, it is of filter. Actually, very important thing is module, controller, filter, and now we move on to the next thing. These are all the important aspects when you come for an AngularJS where we are going to use it here. So the next thing is of HTML DOM. So first I'll run the program, then you can understand what's the program is going to be going on. So it is of 23. I will come activity 23. You can see. So first I'll run it. Then you know what we have done in the code. Then we can understand so that it is easy for you to understand what is the usage of HTML DOM. Actually, DOM means it is of document object model. Inner HTML dot with appropriate tag ID, we can able to do whatever the process we want to do it here. So now I'll come here. It is about activity 23. I'll show that. Sorry. Right. Now you can see I want to disable the button. I want to enable the button. I want to show the button. So these are all the things can be done with a predefined keyword. Everything is predefined. You can see hide, whereas disable or hide. I can want to show. I can go for hide and totally click. Total click. So this is a counting of clicking. The same thing I can be able to do it in JavaScript also. How to do it? On click button to the function. So total is equal to total plus 1, and I have to display it. So how many click I'm going to make it here. So these are all the things can be tracked here. So now we go here. First one. Input type is equal to checkbox. There is a one predefined model is called as enable disable button. Enable disable button, and you see there is a one directory which is available. I'll come very closely so that right now you can see here ng disable. There is a one directory which is in HTML DOM. So you should remember that HTML DOM consists of ng disable. Next one is of ng show. Next one is of ng hide, and next one is of ng click. Remember that there is a one directory which is available for ng click. We no need to write any scripting coding whenever we go for clicking just 1, 2, 3 like that. If you write just ng click alone, it's enough. It's go for counting. If you go for ng hide alone, it is going to hide. If you go for ng show, whether it is going to show or it is going to hide, ng display. So whenever you are learning the languages, you no need to by heart everything. Just we have to understand. So I need to do like this means then I have to go for HTML DOM button. So that's what the output you can see here. So I want to go for disable, which is called as what is the function I'm using here? What is the directory I'm using is called as ng disable. When I come for next one, show, for that I'm going to use a one directory which is called as ng show. And when I come for hide, I'm going to use a one directory, it is called as ng hide. And when I come for click, when I go for click here, it is a one click, only one directory. It is already available, ng click. So if you click that one, automatically the buttons control will be increased. You can see I'm going for increasing here. If the same code I have to write it in JavaScript, I have to take more steps to write the code. So this is about HTML forms here, right? And next thing, I'll go with the activity 24, which is meant by forms. Of course, it is not too much complicated. You know about forms very well. So we have implemented the forms here. Just same thing with the buttons, with the forms, we can go here. And one more thing, you can see here. I'll run the program, then you can see it. So it is about 24. Right. Now, You can see, sir, what is there is there. Nothing is there to write it. Everything is in the form. Of course, this is text box and everything is there. You see, first name is required. So I'm going to write here. So once I type it, it will come here. If I not type, it will be there. So I can validate very easily in AngularJS compared to the remaining languages. Very simple code to validate here, whether the name is required or what is the name required. So I'm going to write here this out. Okay. Now I'm going to remove. Last name is required. Okay. If you want, you can email, you can remove. Email is required. So if I type like this, see, it will still, if I put the and symbol, it will be controlled. I cannot able to type like this and I can mode. Suppose if I put and symbol and I have to write here. You check it. So at symbol, at the rate symbol is very important. The same code, if you write it in Java, you check it, how far it is very difficult to write like this. So you can see that. Now you can see it is changed. So you should suppose if I like, if I remove this one, right? So I need the letter. So what are all the things? So this is can be done in the form. How can be done in the form? You can see here. I'll come. So you can see students dot first dot. You can see that I'm using a first name. Text ng model is equal to first name, and I'm saying that color is equal to red. Show ng. So when I show ng, you can see that the first name is very important, and whatever the field is required, you can write it here. So this is what about ng. So the first name is required. Similarly, the dirty, which means that it's a predefined keyword. Predefined keyword. If there is null value in the text box, it automatically predicts. Right? If the same thing has to write it in the JavaScript, it takes more time because we have to check whether the text box is empty. If the text box is empty, please throw the function, or you have to make an alert messages here. But here I'm using only the one keyword. It is called as a $of dirty, which has been implemented in AngularJS, right? So this is what the thing is being used here. The same way for all the things. What are all the things we are going to use it? We can use it. So this is about form concepts. And next, I'm coming here with the scopes. Let it go with the activity 26. I'll come with 26. Right? Don't worry, I will finish exactly with the time. Now we can come here. Only 4 more. I think only 4 more is there. I will finish it. Don't worry. Right. Now we can come with the forms. You can see here. I'm using a shape here. You can see this is called as a scope. We are using the scope value. What is the scope? The scope is used for only the particular functions, only for the particular functions. Now you can see the controller name, it is of shape controller, circle controller, square controller. So I'm using a 3 controller, not only 3 controller, n number of controls you can use it in your program. So when I use a shape controller or circular controller or square controller, you can see scope dot messages in a shape controller is shape. Similarly, circular controller and square controller. So this is a simple message. We are going to type it with an app of shape controller. So this is what we are using, and we are using a main app. So variable of main app of Angular dot of main app. So I'm going to use a main app and main app dot controller of shape controller, main app dot controller of circular controller, and main app dot controller of square controller. So this is for controller, right? So I'll run this program. Right. So it is about 26. You can see I have written mistakes in the circle controller. I should write the circle. I written shape. That's what it is displaying here. So it is just to display the scope variable where the variables values will be there. Right. And if you want, I copy this and I paste it here. It is about shape. So it is about circle. So this is what about the variables which has been located in here. So this is about the scope. And next, very important thing, it is about services. I'll come here. It is about activity number 27. Here, some services we are going to do it. What you are going to do? A service. A service means we are going to get some information and we are going to process. In that, there is a one thing. Let me come here. First, I'll go with the description. Then we can run the program. Don't worry. Exactly, I'll finish the time. Now I'll come here. Look at this part alone. ng app, main app, controller is of calculator controller. So my controller name is of calculate controller. I'm going to get the input number. So ng model is of number. So I'm going to get the number. Now I'm going to write when I click ng click. When I click the button, it will go for square, which is of x to the power of square. It will be written in the button here. Now we go here. My app, Angular.module of main app, and I'm going to create a factory. A factory which we can create n number of functions in a single factory. Suppose I'm having 20 functions, means 20 functions can able to write it in a single factory, and that factory name it is called as a math services. So I'm going to use the names of services. It is called as a math service. Any services you can use it here. Your name, whatever your name you want, you can discuss here. Either if you want to use any technical other words, you can use it here. So I'm going to use a math services and function, and I'm going to create a factory for multiplication, A into B, and I'm going to return the factory. Similarly, I'm going to create a calci for services. This is another services where I'm going to implement a math services. So which you're going to make it a square. So math services of multiple of A comma A. So we are going to square the values of A comma A. And now I'm going to use a controller. So class services of square of scope of number. So what number we are going to give, that will be passed to the result, and we are going to get the result. So this is about the services. Not only this type of services, there is a lot of services is available in AngularJS. For a sample, I'm taking this one as a services because within 2 hours, I cannot able to go and rush up everything. Just I'm saying these are all the contents are available. Now, when I go here, I'll say it is of 27 services. Okay. So now you can see. Right. So if I give 6, it is going to be increased. Better I want to go for increase. You can see here. Right. So now I'm coming here. It is of 7 or 9. I'm going to add it here. Right. So like this, we are going to execute the session. Right. It is about 27. Right. 2 more. Don't end up the session. I will finish it. Don't worry. Within 2 minutes, within 5 minutes, I will finish it. Don't worry. Right. Now I'll come here with about 28th exercise, which is called as an dependency injection. How far it is going to be dependency injections is here, right? Now you can see the same thing, 28 with the max, I'm going to multiply. Same factory method with multiplications, we are going to do it here. It is called as a dependency injection. Anyway, I will execute this program. So I'll come here with 28, right? You can see I'll go for increase here. The same with the dependency, we are doing this one. So this is 28. And last one, last but not least, I don't want to get too bored. Please provide the recording of this for purpose. Okay, you asked to ask the management, right? Now last thing. I think your time's up, right? Now I'll come with the last one. It is of internalization. Suppose, as I said that Amazon.in or Amazon.com, the entire difference is different. I have to write a separate code for separate pages. Instead of that, I'm going for writing a piece and dollar symbol. The same thing you can see here, piece and currency, administrations and date, and we are going for roll number and roll number with a number and admission date with the date. So you can see that when I run the program, you can see it is about 29th activity. You can check here. See the difference, how far the difference is there. So I want the output in what format? Piece must be in currency format, administration date must be in date format, and roll number must be in number format. So this is the thing you have to remember that. So this is called as an internalization. Especially when you go for an interview purpose, they will ask about scope, services, dependency injections, and internalization, filters, and HTML document. Right? HTML DOM form, they used to ask it here. Of course, you think when I come for here, when this session, especially today, what all we have discussed, I'll go with very rash up. Don't think I'm going to waste your time. Of course, right? Now I'll say that what is very important. One, it is of filter is very important, and it is of HTML DOM. And next one, it is of forms and includes scopes, services, dependency injection, and next one, it is of internalization. So these are all the keywords you should be remember when you go for and designing an AngularJS application. And if you are going for an interview, you should please be very prepared about these concepts. And these are all fundamentals. I'm not going with an advanced technique of AngularJS. And these are all the fundamentals. That's what I told that in the first when I started itself, I told that I'm never going to use the PPT. And you can see what all the topics I discussed. If you want, I can zoom it also. Right, you can see here what are all the topics today I had planned. The same concepts I am having here with 29 activities up to internalization. I had stopped that, but furthermore is that, but we cannot able to go with too much, so that with that I can stop with an AngularJS. Right. Thank you. Any queries is that? I stop my presentation and I'll go with my query session. Any queries is that? Any queries? No queries, huh? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for a wonderful presentation. We have gained much knowledge from this presentation. Thank you, sir. I
Thank you.
now call upon Umu Habiba to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you can proceed.
Yes. Ma'am. Good evening to one and all present here. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of Miyasi Institute of Information Technology, I would like to express my gratitude to our webinar speaker, Mr. N. Saktivel, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to grace the event. Today's webinar was full of knowledge and interesting things. It gave deep insights into the topic. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on this special day, sir. A special thanks to our director, Dr. Revati, for providing immense support to make the webinar successful. I extend my gratitude to Dr. Usha, head of our department, and to all the faculty members to organize a webinar even amidst the pandemic. Also, thank you to all the participants present here for paying your attention and learning. Thank you.
Well, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Usha, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I'm leaving now, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can we stop the recording? Shall I close the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.